Good morning, good morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Lake Life family. I am in such a good mood today, not because the dishes are done, not because the vacuuming is done, not because the house is clean, and not because the baby is quiet right now, but we need to show you something. Oh, have you guys ever seen me so excited before? First, check up on little Emmy girl, locked into some cocoa. Your favorite movie. Little girl is 1 year old. You guys already saw some of her birthday gifts from last time. She's still working on some new words. Her favorite phrase right now is bye-bye. You say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Okay, so even though her favorite phrase right now is bye-bye, we are not saying goodbye yet. We just started this vlog. We have so much going on. Justin, I already hear you downstairs in the garage working on some wood projects. So the reason why that he is working on some wood projects is because we have something big going in the garage. Let's go check in on old dad and see what he is doing in the garage, because I know you guys are probably curious. There's always something going on in LFG's woodworking cave. Good morning, good morning.
Howdy.
What we got going on out here?
Well, babe, I'm just building delicious things out here in the garage just for you to clean up the special area we call your parking space.
My parking space. I haven't told them what's going in the garage.
Oh, we have a surprise today. It's been time. There's actually been a lot of comments on our Instagram page about OSG's car. And its name is Marcel. Marcel is actually no longer with us.
You hear that?
And Mom is very excited right now, I'm sure. I'm sure you can see a different sparkle in her eye because, you know, family's growing, life things are growing, and you had the same car for 9 years. So it was time. It was time. So there's a surprise sitting out there right now. Oh! Whoa! You're just gonna show up through all this clutter and nastiness like that?
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Let's get some delicious shots of OSG's new car. Welcome a new car to the family. It was time.
Right, guys, are you ready for the beauty? I'm not talking about myself. I am talking about this beauty. So Marcel was getting a little crusty. I have had Marcel, if you're not aware, Marcel was my old white Ford Escape 2011, and she was just, it was her time. It was her time to just retire. We left her at the dealership, we drove away. It was a sad moment. I drove her for the last time to the dealership and then picked up the new ride. So as a mom, moms out there, you guys know, there's so many features nowadays on these cars. And like this one has the automatic, like you wave your foot and the back like opens up. That's a plus when you're going grocery shopping and you're holding baby. The other awesome thing about this car is that it has...
Mom didn't pay attention to the features too much. That was mostly Dad. Mostly Dad.
Okay, the other awesome thing though is that it has bucket seats. And growing up a child of 3, we had bucket seats, and going on road trips, it was a must. Because you've got to get back here and get into the third little row back there. Yes, look how nice that is. There is no crumbs in this baby yet. It's going to be a long time before I let this one have any snacks.
Oh, there's some snacks already in the door. What? Just picked them out. And there's a lot more trunk space. This thing is ready for family road trips. It is
Look,
just
there's already a yoga mat in there.
completely set. Look at all this room for activities back here. I say we take this thing up to Colorado and go mudding, get dirty and go camping.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's going to take me a while to let anybody eat in here, do anything in here. I'm going to be kind of a Nazi about that.
Mom's going to be a little sensitive about it, but Hey, number 2? We have number 2. We're already ready for it.
That's true.
And the other one was just could hardly fit a stroller and everything. So OSG, she saved up a little money from all the activities she's done in her dietetics and her other careers of worlds, and I'm pretty proud. Pretty proud of her.
It was a pretty proud mom moment. I got to buy my own car.
Yeah, you got a whole $1,500 on the trade-in too.
Emmy girl, what do you think of the new car? You already got your puff there. Let's eat that puff. Can you eat that puff? You're already making a mess. Yeah, ready to go!
Haven't seen a whole lot of these things on the streets yet. It's funny, OSG, she was just like, I was kind of looking at this one SUV, it's Volkswagen. And I started looking, I was like, hey, these things kind of look cool. And then we test drove one, and then in a matter of hours.
It was one of those things that, like, we walked in the dealership and I was like, we are not buying a car today. And lo and behold, we walked out of there.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
It's not quite a van.
No, it is not a van.
It's not an off-roading vehicle. It's a perfect mix. It's ready for family time.
Yeah,
and it can do this.
Look
at that.
It's not a van.
Wha-bam.
Oh, one more thing. Check out that sunroof. It is called their panoramic sunroof. So it literally, like, the entire roof turns into like a big sunroof. How awesome would that be if you're like driving in the mountains, or you're just...
I think it's got you inspired to go camping.
It does. Or even just like driving around in our neighborhood with all these trees. Emmy's already been like looking up at the trees while she's like taking a nap. Marcel, you never let me down. Rest in peace, your weary traveling soul.
And now we gotta make room in the garage because Mom is not letting a leaf fall on her new car. Feels good to have a new car in the family, y'all. OSG she deserved a new car. It's a nice car. Emmy's gonna love it too. It's really quiet, very, very safe, which is important for the family. So we're gonna take it for a little test drive, but in the meantime, I'm gonna share with you guys what I'm building and something that I have learned along the way in my woodworking journey. So I'm gonna put some shelving up in here, and I'm gonna be using the French cleat method. But how I'm doing this shelving, I've made some angled supports right here, and we're gonna have basically 3 or 4 levels of shelving. I haven't quite decided yet. And the first method that I learned how to join corners and pieces of wood at 90-degree angles was this Craig jig. This is something I bought off Amazon, super handy. Craig jig basically allows you to have this little jig system. You drill holes and then you put screws in. It's very simple, it's easy, it's secure. But another way to do this is to use grooves and basically make notches into the wood and form those in there where your pieces fit inside of each other better, and use more wood glue. It's a more sturdier connection, looks better. So I'm going to attempt to do that, and I'm going to be using a router. So that is my router. I'm going to use the router to create a notch in the wood, and then we're going to be using this right here, this little sidewall, and it's going to just clip right in there and be nice and snug. Well, I had a little bit of blowout right here. I'm not really sure. Maybe I should have like gone in here and then worked my way out, because that looks to be a problem on the edges there. But lessons in the wood game. There's always something to learn. And made a little boo-boo there, but it shouldn't be too bad. First groove turned out okay. I still have to do a little bit of chisel work just because my wood isn't exactly straight. You just got that little groove, and then you set your wood in there with wood glue, and then I'm going to do some countersink screws on top, and all the countersink means just makes your screws sit flush to the wood. Basically just paint cans are going to be going on top of that, and it's going to staircase its way down to a little bit smaller diameter shelves. And then on the sides, I'm going to have either areas to hang my screwdrivers or my power my drills and drivers and things like that, or just whatever, just hang things on the sides, you know, just quick access, holsters, if you will. I don't even know what you call this, tongue and groove, I think is what it's called, tongue and groove. You got to be really precise. It requires usually some tools to make your wood straight, like a planer and joiner, just so that you know, when you make that exact cut, if you're using exacts, you can't just, have some crappy wood that's all wonky and then stick it in there. It's not going to work like that. This wood, it does seem to be pretty straight, and I've just got to make a little adjustments with the chisel right there. And, I'm not upset about it. I think it's going to look pretty good. The way you make that straight line, that straight cut, is with your router, you just give it a fence. That's what's called a fence, and you bump it up against that. You got to make sure you're bumping up against that the whole time. So I know that it is exactly 3 inches from the edge of the router to the center point of the cutting bit. So if I just bump this up against there, I can measure an extra 3 inches, and I know I'm cutting on the center of where I want to be. This is supposed to be the edge of the wood, so I need to come over a little bit. So I've already measured that out, and now it's just time to make another exacto cut. So now I can just take my chisel and I can kind of clean up the edges of this just by scraping along flat, and then I'll put the wood in here and I'll see if it's gonna sit right. Countersinking. Working hard, trying hard in here to be creative and do a good job. Let me tell y'all, hooking things up to that vacuum saves the sawdust. But I've never done these types of tongue and grooves before, and I'm doing okay. I got a little system here using my router. I measured out, this is my plunging router, so I can push this down. I can measure how much that's going to be, lock it in, lock that in place, and then that just keeps it down if you wanted to. Move through and make some nice smooth cut. A couple little furries there, and just clean it up with the old chisel. When I get to the end here, I've got to make that square, and then this is the size of the plywood. We're going to be using this little birch plywood, and that's just going to fit right in there. So that's really nice. That's a nice thing about having a router. Stephanie got me that for Christmas, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely use it, but I was trying to think of things, and I think of a lot of things I can use it for now. So the 2 bits I use the most are a 3/4 and a 1/2 inch, and for little stuff like this, where you're working with a lot of 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch wood, makes it perfect. If you don't have a dado stack, or I don't have a table saw, so this is like a workaround for that. So that's gonna fit the shelving. How's the shelving? I got to do that exactamundo on both sides here, and then our shelves are gonna fit in there really nicely. This is gonna be a nice looking shelf. These came out really clean. We have our countersinks in place. I almost didn't want to put countersinks in because it just looked clean. But there's going to be a lot of weight hanging on there, and I got to thinking, I better put some screws in there so it doesn't fall apart. Especially with paint and aerosols and flammables, things like that. I want to keep them nice and safe on the wall. It's going to look tremendous with the barnwood backstop, because there's not going to be a backing to this shelf. It's going to be exposed, and you're going to see that barnwood through it. It's going to be beautiful. The only thing is, this type of work takes a long time for me, because I don't do woodworking enough to where it's just like smooth. I really have to think about it. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the math. I enjoy thinking about it, drawing it up, and then creating it, bringing it to life, and then working through the little issues. And I'm getting better at all that. It just takes time. If you do it all the time, you're gonna automatically know little things. It's just gonna go a lot smoother. Plus, I don't have every single woodworking tool, so I have to find these little woodworking workarounds. There's a tongue twister. Been working hard out here, y'all. Drilling and cutting and getting things into place. Feel decently proud of myself right now. So I basically routed out these tongue and groove slots right here. Wabam. And then 1/2-inch plywood going into place right here. On this spot right here, I've got an 8-inch board, and then I've got a 6-inch board that's going in this slot right here. So it's just fitting in really nicely, and I just need to put some wood glue on that, and that part will be done. And then I'm going to put some more 3/4 inch wood on the bottom here, and then I don't know, I might just go all out, extend this, make cubby holes on the sides, but that unit right there, flip that around, right side up, going up there, cascading down from big paint buckets down to different spray cans, and then like various bottled things, and then just small little wood, finishes, basically. That is my plan, and then I'm just gonna add to that, build onto it, but I think we're done with it for today. We've just got to glue it up, make sure it's all nice and 90 degree, and we are done. Feels good to do something good with your time and build something of, I don't know, strength and value. There's value in this. I put my time and energy into it, and it's going to remove a lot of the paints and different oils and things like that we have over here on OSG's side of the garage. This is her side. I've taken up a little bit of space with camping and hunting gear. Obviously that's my side over there. But this little dungeon corner right here, this neglected corner, this has a lot of OSG's different creative type stuff. Yeah, that corner is just terrible. Need to get things out of that corner, and that's why I'm building this shelf. Frees up more space for OSG to park her brand new car in the garage. Her other one really wasn't garage worthy. It was small, but the thing just had 150,000 miles on it, and it was on its last leg. So new car, new pride going in there. In the kitchen with Emery and OSG. What is going on? I just got done cleaning up all my mess in the garage, and I come upstairs and you destroyed the kitchen. Little lady. Man, these are landmines. This is what we call landmines around here. Got a vacuum cleaner person there. Got water bottles, bowls. Middle of the night, you step on this? Oh, touch the hardwood. She's waking up.
I'm just pretty proud of herself.
Well, what do we have for dinner? Because I have worked up a hunger.
I got you big old salad. Just kidding.
That is what a hungry man that just got done working on wood wants.
I got you some
Just drank a beer and I need a salad.
maple apricot glazed pork chops with rice and a big Greek salad.
Whoa, is that your own recipe?
It's a spin-off of HelloFresh.
Oh, really? Okay. HelloFresh. They have some really good recipes on there. Sometimes we cheat, kind of copy them because they're so good. I know why she's such a good cook. But let's eat. And then you want to take a drive in the new car? Put some miles on it? It came with 8 miles.
In my car.
Your next car, Amy, your new car, for until you probably go to college.
Or maybe it will be hers when she goes to college.
Even better, discount.
You like that idea?
It is time to get into our family vehicle and take a family ride. Just kind of stroll around, maybe knock down the big old moonroof on this thing and just cruise in the nice big
like
old
that.
panoramic moonroof. This thing's built for just family cruising. Let's get her in there and let's give it a little test. I'm excited.
New ride. Emmy, what you think about
I am picturing Colorado road trip.
in this
In this.
camping?
Maybe. No, this is what we're gonna take because this is classier. My truck's already built for it. It's already got mud all in it, twigs and whatnot. This is what we take to like when we want to go stay at a lodge
Yes.
or something like that. What do you think about your new car, honey?
I don't think I can drive it enough. Like, I didn't get to drive it yesterday, and I didn't get to drive it today. And I'm like, okay, where am I going tomorrow? Can I go on a trip 30 minutes away? I would love to drive.
You're just gonna leave. Just gonna leave me.
I'm just gonna leave.
You're gonna leave me with Emmy and just go on some cruises.
Yeah.
And how does it feel? 9 years in one vehicle to be done with it. Are you already over it? Are you like, I don't miss it anymore?
Yeah, I'm kind of over it. But at the same time, I feel like
You did.
I used it down to the ground.
You worked it hard. This
No.
car actually handles like a smaller car.
It does. It
which is
handles
nice.
kind of like my Escape. I mean, obviously a lot smoother, but small like my Escape.
A lot smoother. I did not know this. Volkswagen is owned by, or they're a conglomerate with like BMW and Bentley and some other like really nice German cars. So some of the engineer, I never would have pictured myself a Volkswagen person, and I'm not a Volkswagen person. Kind of impressed with this car, how nice it is on the inside. Like pricing wise, the two cars we were looking at were a Toyota Highlander. I'm a fan of Toyotas. I mean, I've had 3 of them.
And we were looking at a Ford Explorer.
Ford Explorer, we were looking at that, and so howdy, some old eggs hanging out in the yard. The thing is, we got a golf cart.
This golf cart.
Golf
line.
cart people, golf cart culture. By the way, I think we should get a golf cart.
I think we
this
should
is kind
too.
of like our golf cart right now. We kind of live in a community it's kind of like a golf cart kind of deal. You know, you live close to the lake, people ride around. Anyways, culture,
Evening strolls.
lake life culture. So, what was I saying? So I never would have pictured myself like really going in for a Volkswagen, but these things have a lot of really nice features, and they were nicer. It's nicer than the Highlander. Sorry, I got a little sawdust in here. It's coming in from the top there.
Excuse you, sir.
I apologize. There's just some nice features on here that price-wise are really good.
We are not sponsored by Volkswagen,
No,
but we do love their product.
Fall coming up, leaves changing.
Ooh.
See all that stuff?
We should
in the
do
car?
a road trip to the east, like the northeast states.
The Northeast states?
Yes.
You think so?
To
I
see
bet
all
the leaves
those.
are changing right now.
They are. Hey, we just
Birds.
officially hit 100 miles.
Woo! Man, burning them up!
I remember that time 9 years ago when the Escape hit 100 miles.
So this is it, really. We just kind of wanted to show you the new ride because it's going to be on the channel quite a bit. It has we did not even, well, you actually said this. You're like, it has a perfect spot to put our camera. It like sits where the
Sadly,
lens is supposed to and everything.
as soon as we got in the car to driven, that was what I looked at.
She's getting tired. The quiet ride. Oh yeah, this thing has that weird thing where it stops the engine when you're stopping. And you got to master putting this thing in the driveway.
Yeah.
But now you have room, my dear. You have room. Can you hit that clicker for me, please? Let's see if she can do it. It's a close one, not gonna lie. There's probably 8 inches on each side of this thing, so she's not the best at backing in. We've had some scenarios at boat ramps that are quite entertaining, but this is her game. It's her ball game now. She's got to get good at this, so she does not take a mirror off. Use that technology. Oh, she's doing well. Coming into my wood cave. Didn't have a backup camera before. It's a game changer.
Am I good?
I think right there you're good.
Okay. Woo, my heart is pounding. I mean, that's not much of a clearance. It's like this much.
Woo! That is a close one right there.
What? How nice. You got groceries. Or when it's raining.
That's right. Groceries, raining. You just back it on in here, and now you got more space. You know, before there was crap over here and you couldn't really move around. There is a giant AC unit over your head. There is that thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't really have a solution for at this moment. Working on problems one thing at a time here at the treehouse. This one was bugging us for a while. We had the bathroom situation. We've got my brain tumor situation. That's not really part of the house, but it's just things we got going on. But it feels good to have a nice, safe vehicle and something OSG can be proud of. And we can take little adventures in. It's going to be fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you for supporting us here at the channel. And if you want to tune in for all the newest episodes, really the only support you can give us via the YouTube right now is a big thumbs up, because we do not have comments. So go ahead and smash it for Amy. Just do it for Amy at least.
Can you give him a thumbs up? We'll work on that.
Okay, she's going with that. And don't forget, always be creating something. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you right here back at the treehouse on the next one.
Bye.